Good evening, everyone. Looks like we've been listening to all different levels of how we generate peace and love. So this is just an additional, we'll add it to our knowledge as far as how we transmute and how we receive peace and love within ourselves and how we give it, vibrate it to everyone else. So I'm in Florida. My name is David. I'm not, I'm just here to serve the planet and serve anyone that and help anyone that could just receive the information from the universe. So when we say about we speak about peace and love, there's just so many ways we could receive that information. It's all the same. It's just different ways, just like different religions. It's all the same, just different ways, which is basically based on beliefs. But it's all the same thing. It all generates to having peace, love, and faith. And whatever religion you go into, it's the same. So, and it's all being received the same way. It's just through different figures as far as let's call it masters or ascended masters. And at the end of the day, it's all being done by the creator, and the creator is the universe, which is the stars, the universe. There's so many different universes out there. But so I'm going to speak a little bit about peace and how do I find peace in my world, my community. I'm originally from Houston. I was born in Peru. I practice well, universal consciousness, which is we don't have we're just conscious, and it's not based on religion or anything. However, we do acknowledge different religions and practice different religions, but it's all the same. So it all comes to the same. So how do we embrace love and how do we embrace peace? The way I embrace peace and the way I have received it from wherever it comes from, with just the universe, is that it's basically just commands. We command ourselves to be in peace. Um, you know, I will summarize this as love is a radio frequency, which is, let's say you have a radio, you want to tune in FM 100. Well, that frequency of love you cannot change. You could enter into that frequency, and we could all be in frequency in that radio FM of love. Same way goes with peace. You want to enter the peace frequency, you enter into that radio station, let's call it, so we could understand it in this level, is that you enter in the frequency of peace. So there's so many different levels of peace, different levels of love, different levels of ego. You got the good ego, you got the bad ego. However, it's all based on desires also. So I could be here forever speaking about all this, but to summarize it is you want to go into those radio stations of love and peace, because your system, your body is being you program yourself to be in peace. And once you eliminate any ego, not eliminate because you really can't eliminate ego, which is desires. You can only put it to sleep and put it to the side and just say, this does not serve me. So when you want to enter into your command, just telling yourself, I want to be in peace. How do you become in peace? First of all, you become in peace first is within yourself, and commanding yourself, because we're basically following commands within our own body system. I am commanding myself to be in peace. So my body generates the frequency of being in peace. So command yourself to be in peace first. And then once you start understanding how to command yourself of being in peace, then you send the other command out. I want to receive love. I want to love myself, love thyself. And then you go into your own frequency of loving yourself. So we start with yourself first. So that's how we embrace love and peace, first of all, within yourself. So once you figure out and vibrate and go into those frequencies with love and peace and put to sleep all the egos that you have, fear, envy, all those, put them to the side because they don't serve you. Attachments, you put all those to the side and just vibrate in love and peace within yourself. And then we could go out and preach and go out and teach and being able to do the same thing is giving this, telling the other people that are not in peace and not vibrating in peace and love. Then you say, hey, command yourself. We're basically just like robots. Okay, command yourself that you want to go in peace and you want to be in love. And people say, well, how? It's real easy. What you're doing, you're commanding yourself. So we are programmed like that. The system, it's a system. It's nothing else. It's a system of how we vibrate. It's a universal system. It's from the universe. So when we go into prayers and we go into doing whatever we do, we request it up in the heavens, in the universe. And then once you start learning the universe, the cause is up there and the effect is down here. The whole thing is that you need the tools to bring it faster, because that's why it's karma. You do something wrong now, you'll pay for it years later. So there are different tools, which is the words of God, of the Creator. And that's how you could bring that karma back faster of using those letters. So there's just so many ways of how we could transmute and receive love and peace. So, it's all within yourself. Other people that come to y'all and want the same thing, you tell them the same thing of how you're commanding yourself, to love and peace. Go into those radio frequencies and you vibrate. How do you vibrate those frequencies? First of all, I think it's all based on faith. And your faith needs to go through Jesus. And I don't want to go into religion because it's just not religion. It's the religion of Jesus is basically the word faith. So when you go through faith that you have faith that the Creator exists, which is the universe. God doesn't have a body physical. It's just dots, which is the Big Bang. It started off with the one light and it exploded, and now we're here on Earth. So we want to generate peace and love. So the best way to generate peace and love through your others is through communities. Communities, what I mean by that is, don't just keep that information to yourself. Don't, I'm going to go meditate myself. No, it only works. The vibration and of love and peace only works in groups, because it's better to connect several dots, which is every heart is a dot. It's a light. So if we connect more dots together, the light becomes stronger. So that's the objective. We always got to, this is why when we pray in groups. So always just going to that frequency of love and peace, but do it in groups, because the more light you generate, the more vibration you generate within groups, the more people will adjust their frequency. So that's really how you embrace peace and love. It's one of the ways. There's so many tools out there, but first you got to have faith that it works. Then you got to go and understand how your system works. So to go to that higher vibration and that radio frequency, well, how do I get to that radio, FM radio? Well, I could just turn the channel. Yeah, you could tune in, but what's going to bring you back is maybe you have some bad habits, which is the eating. Maybe we're just not consciousness of what we eat. A soda pop or Coke or anything that doesn't serve us in our body will bring our vibration down. So as you vibrate lower, you're gonna see less, because that is how your pineal gland works. You get blocked. and it doesn't let you see. So as you start generating, increasing your vibration, you're going to be able to see more. What do I mean by see more? Let's say you leave your house and you have that light there, and that light has always been there, but now you're finally realizing, well, when did they put that light there? Turn the signal light. Well, light's always been there. It's just you weren't able to see because you were vibrating at a lower level. But as you change your faith habits, your eating habits, going into meditations, yoga, any tools. There's so many spiritual tools out there to generate and vibrate love and peace. One is better than the other one works for you, the other one works for the other. There's just so many tools out there that we could go into to vibrate at that level. Choose whatever is perfect for you that makes you feel in peace. So once you start within yourself as far as receiving love and peace, and then you go out and tell your story about peace and love. It's not about you, it's about community, being all together. As we would say, we're all one. So preach what you're doing out there. This took me a while to understand as far as what this path is. The only path is just being in peace and love. There is no other path. And taking care of Mother Nature, which is Mother Earth. And this is what we're doing. We got to take care of Mother Nature and love. And, abide by those commandments. Those commandments are there, put there hundreds of years ago to abide by them. So that's how you could vibrate even more. Just abide in those commandments without, even though we think they're rules, but they really work. It was put there to learn. And if something goes wrong in your life as far as why you're not in peace and love because someone envies you, you have a conflict with someone, the way someone tries to come in my life and they talk, I listen to their problems or whatever the case, and I explain. I have my peace. So you need to have your peace. Everyone needs to have peace and love because you're receiving someone else's peace and not peace and love. So you got to tell them, be in peace and love. The more peace and love we have, the more we're all able to understand each other as a community. So we have to embrace always very respectfully, very humbly. Understand that the ego is what brings us down and makes us not see what love and peace is about. So what I mean by peace and, as far as ego, there's just so much egos out there and they're called desires. They're just not the right desire. As humans, we were brought up with desires. So what happens in this world is let's say, I want to go buy some shoes. I go buy those shoes, but do I really need them? Or is it just my ego saying that I need to have those shoes? Then I use them 3 times and then I put them in the closet. I fulfill my desire, but it's a temporary desire. It's not a fulfillment. It's only a desire fulfilled temporarily. And within love and peace, it is filled in every aspect, in every level, to the day you were born into the end. So vibrate in that radio station, that frequencies. That's how you vibrate. You vibrate in those frequencies. How do you vibrate? Watch what you're eating. You don't have to lie because it's not within those commandments. Don't go in there. Just vibrate with love and peace. And be in peace with everybody. And it doesn't matter if they're wrong. So many people are wrong, and that's their ego talking. So even if they are wrong, just be in peace with them because it is you that needs to be in peace. And then they don't know, but you're giving them peace. It's a system. It's a system, how the system works of the universe and how we created the humans. So, we embrace them within us living in this Mother Earth. We got to take care of Mother Earth. This is why we're having all this information coming in. Yes, we got a new sun that came in, and it's always going to generate. So, Be in peace with Mother Earth. Take care of Mother Earth. In my culture in the South, we call it Pachamama. So, I think it's all the same everywhere. Mother Earth is telling us something. Something goes wrong in your life, something doesn't fit in your life, doesn't serve you, then you just put it to the side and find another way to be in peace. And saying it doesn't fit you. And I know it's easy said than done, but program yourself to be in peace. It's really just a programming of telling yourself you want to be in peace, and you want to be in peace with everybody. Even though you're right, you think you're right. No. You be in peace with them because you need to transmit love. And once you're in peace with everybody, then everything else becomes peace in your temple, which is your home. So start with your home of being in peace and making sure that you're giving peace to everybody that you have had an inconvenience with. It's just like the chakras. I don't want to get into metaphysics or science, but spirituality is a science. And the science is based on so many characteristics of faith, Jesus, religions, tools that we have out there to vibrate higher. So vibrate higher. Vibrate just with love and tenderness and be fair and be humble. The more humble you are, the more you will receive peace. Do not go into the egos and have fear. Fear is what brings us down. Fear is what does not let us see how to live peace and love. So, we have to program ourselves to live that life. And that life is beautiful. So it's so many different ways, and everyone's going to have their own way of what they identify themselves with. But, my message as far as how to transmit, how to be in peace, first yourself, be in peace with everybody, be in love with everything, because everything is perfect. That's the whole thing. Everything is perfect. Only if we see it that it's not perfect, it's when it becomes distortioned. So we vibrate with love, and then always think when there's something that doesn't fit, well, it's perfect. It's actually perfect because everything is alive. Every asset, everything is alive. So always think about that, Just always, does it serve you? Is it going to serve you? Just like how people have cancer. Well, cancer's, it's a darkness. It's your body. Our body's just a bodysuit, and then we have our soul. So the soul is what's bringing us, and it connects to our body, which is our bodysuit. We're gonna reincarnate. It's just we just don't have the memory because it's all memorized in that chip in the back. And this is when we call into the ancestral world. Is that we open up that ancient memory to see where you come from. So you'll know where you come from. But first you got to go with whatever happens in this life and fix whatever is in this life, which is fixing your karma, fixing what has happened, what you've gone through. And it's all based on your mother and your father, because your mother is your root. She is the tree of life. So she's always been the tree of life. If it wasn't for our mothers, we would not exist. So imagine 5,000 years ago when we were first created, it started by one female. Well, that mother, which is the seed, has opened up and grew. The tree has grown. And that's what all of us are. We've just been grown with a bunch of seeds, a bunch of leaves. So always make sure you're in peace with your mother and father. And those are your ancestors. We got to take care of our mother and father. And you got to be in peace with them. So it starts off with the roots, being in peace with those ancestors. And this is why I say ancestral. It was because of them why we exist. And if they're not here, they're in a better world. They're in another dimension and for sure watching over us or taking care of us. Or they're in their process of reincarnating again in another body. But this is where we're headed. We're going to the light. We got to find where we came. We came down through all this, with the Big Bang, came down. We're generated with a bunch of sparks. And that's all of us, what we are here on Earth. So now we got to go back up the system, which is generate and collect and connect all the dots. Just like the people in Judaism, all the rabbis, they're just waiting that extra one more person to go up there so they could go to the next level. And this is what we're vibrating right now. So, we just got to learn how to go back up, be in peace, be in love with everybody. But it's easy said than done. So we speak in language, which is tongue. We speak in tongue, we speak in language. You might like scary movies, but why don't you vibrate in love, even though you think it doesn't scare you and you don't have any fear? Still, you're still programming everything that exists. It's only love, and it's only peace. There's nothing else. In order to get all that and go there, it's just be in peace with you, be in peace with everybody, and tell everybody that they need to be in peace with everybody themselves. So they could ascend, so they could go to the next level, so we could all go to the next level. So this is what we do. We vibrate in love. Go to that radio station of love. Everyone's there that vibrates love. Go to the other radio station. Everyone that's in peace, they're all there. So this is how it all goes. It goes into, it's just like, we start off in FM 89, which is learning about spirituality, and then we get higher and higher and higher and higher. And then if you have idols, which is, masters that have been teaching you, there's the only idol that we could only worship is the universe. That is the supreme. The others are just our wisdom, knowledge of wisdom. And through those wisdom of words, because they have received the wisdom of words, they have received the wisdom from the universe, we learn from those masters. I don't read books, I don't do anything except just be in peace and being in love with everything, because everything is perfect. So we got to see and say that everything is perfect, everything is okay. Vibrate that. It works. There is no other way. There is other ways, other techniques of whatever you want to. However, you got to vibrate love. But you got to see that everything, and always tell yourself, it's perfect. Someone gets in front of you in your car, you're driving, it's okay. Everything is perfect. They're all good people. They're having a bad day, wish them the best. But you have to be in peace. When you have that peace of mind, you gave them at least a little bit of peace by not honking at them. Because what I don't think it does, you're going to irritate them. So always be in peace. Just be humble about it too. And get rid of those fears. Get rid of those fears, ego, envy. Do not envy anybody. That's a key element of going and understanding and vibrating peace and love. It's ego. And ego is fear. Fear is envy. So we could go on and on and on and on. And we have attachments, material attachments. At the end of the day, you're going to go into, wherever, whether you go in a coffin, whether you go in ashes or whatever. We're not taking this material stuff with us. But there's nothing wrong with having them, but just don't rely on them. That's why we get rid of them, we change and we upgrade our technology, our computer, because it's only temporary. But love and peace is not temporary. It's there. It's always going to be there. Just find it, vibrate it, and that's it. And everything positions itself. So start off within your house, within your own temple, and take care of Mother Nature. and being peace with everybody. That is the key. That is the key. We could use all kinds of medicinal plants and everything else. That is an option. It'll get us there, but there's just one frequency, one radio station of love, one radio station of peace. And the medicine plants and everything else, whether it's all the ancient medicinal plants that we have been brought up with, they're just scanners, but they're scanners to fix. It's like an MRI. You go through an MRI, it detects you, but it doesn't repair you. Medicinal plants with a good guide, serve that they're here to serve the planet. The medicine will take you and scan you, and it will repair and help you repair those broken pieces and put them together and patch them up, so you could go and vibrate in that frequency of love, that frequency of peace. So, it's basically my message, and I think the message of love and peace, we all have it in us. We were born with it. It's there. It's not going anywhere. Now we just got to find out of how to get there. We get there through watching what we're eating, following the commandments, not lie, be faithful, be humble. More humble you are, that means that you are slowly but surely putting those egos to sleep. Can't get rid of them because we're brought up with desires. We're brought up with these vessels. But put them to sleep, put them to sign. They just don't serve you. And just go through faith of our creator, celestial creator, which is a cosmos, the cosmovisions, the stars, the sun. And in my culture, whether it's Mayan, Incas, ancient Egypt, we don't have that sun, nothing will be alive. This is when I tell you, everything is alive because of the sun. And everything is perfect because of the sun. So vibrate that energy, I wish my sister Brooke was here doing this because she's the one that's really does all this, my Brooke from USNT in Houston. And, all my wishes to all my brothers and sisters all over Earth. And we're just here to serve. We're just here to serve the planet and be humble about it. And I want to thank everybody that has made this, to come together. And this is why I decided to come on and do it in a unity way without ego or anything else. This is just my humble self trying to just spread the love and understand how love and peace works, because we're all learning. We will always learn. I could be 100 years old. I'm still going to be a child. I'm still going to be a kid learning of how love and frequency and peace works, because it's infinite. The universe is infinite. So it's infinite in love, it's infinite in peace, it's infinite in everything. So this is basically my message. I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank the whole community that made this happen. And that's basically about it. So thank y'all very much, and y'all have a nice night.